First things first, to appreciate your support. So this is a Samsung tumble dryer SDC3K801. This is the model number. So the machine won't come on. So there's a power issue. So this is how we'll troubleshoot. So if you have one, before you get in a technician, or you're a technician, you're not sure where to start from. So what you do is we're going to unplug from power. So that's the first step. So we'll move from power and plug from power. Be safe, guys. So number one, we start from here. So we check the fuse, if the fuse is okay, because if the fuse has blown, the machine won't power on. So we open the fuse here. A star screwdriver. So we test the fuse using a multimeter. This is a multimeter. We want to see if there is a flow of current. So after testing, this one, okay, the fuse is okay. So if the fuse is faulty, you only replace this and the machine will start working. So on this one, the fuse is okay. So what we'll do, we'll follow the cable wire by wire. So we'll open the machine from here. So we remove the front panel and then we check where the wire comes to the power filter. I'll show the power filter. So what we're going to do is follow wire by wire, live, neutral, every wire that goes to the filter. We see if there is a broken wire or something, because if there is no current flowing from one of the wires, the machine won't power on. So we're going to open these two screws here. There's one here and there is another one here. You keep them safe. And then we pull back, then we remove this panel. So we remove the top panel. So the cables come here, power cables come here. So what we're going to do is we're going to unplug these cables, this one and this one that brings in power. You see, the cable comes from here. So you're going to unplug this, then check for continuity to the plug. So you plug one here and the other one here. So we test both. So we go to next. The next one is this one here and this one here. So there is continuity. So that means there is power going through the cable to this point here. So we plug them back. So to this point, wires are okay. The fuse is okay. So from here, we check if wires going to the power filter are okay and are intact. So we just push them in like that. So everything is okay. We plug it back to power, to our power socket. Here, this is our power source, so we plug it back. Still no power coming to that. So everything is okay on the wiring side. Now we come check the power control panel. So this is the display board and there's the main motherboard in there. So what we're going to do is we remove the dispenser that collects water, pull it out, or you can call it the water tank. This has to be emptied after drying. Yeah, so this one is dry. So at times you'll get it having water, so you have to be careful with the spillages, so that you don't get a spillage or something. So once you remove that, there are two screws here. So remove this screw and remove this one here. Once that has been done, we remove three screws here. There's one here, another one here, but they are all out. And then we pull this panel out. So once that is done, we just pull it out like that. next we look for any physical damages on the motherboard. When you're talking about physical damages, you want to see if there is a capacitor that is blown. So if the motherboard is faulty, you will see physical damage, a blown capacitor. So this one, before we do that, we check continuity of this fuse here. There's a fuse here, so we test continuity. We see if this fuse is still okay. If the fuse is blown, we'll try replacing the fuse. If it still blows and won't come on, then the main motherboard is faulty, meaning you'll have to replace the entire motherboard for the machine to work. So let's test continuity on this fuse here. So the fuse is okay. So that's bad news. You have to get now the correct motherboard. So once you replace this motherboard, the machine will work well. So on this one here, if you want to know the correct part to order, so online, maybe on Amazon, Alibaba, or any other shop. So if you need the motherboard for this machine, this is the motherboard. It's SDC3K801. Also, you can take a picture of this, the serial number here, the part number. So you can take a picture of the part number here so that you order the correct part. They are not compatible, so you have to get the exact part for this tumble dryer.